What is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. And in today's video, we're getting a little bit more into some information and some other, I don't want to say trademark things, but logo things and other things that surround a Rumblebee Demon. Yeah, we're going to talk about all that and more right after this. Guys, before we get into today's video, we have to talk about the giveaway that's going on the channel, and the SRT 10 Viper closes out today. Being that we are talking about SRT stuff today, there are, I believe, 3 total of those packages remaining that are up for the Viper directly, and there's one of the combo packs available at 2 different levels on there as well, which has the 3500, the TRX, and the Viper in it. So it gets you the entries into all 3. The multiplier, the 50x multiplier also has a 50% discount if you use the code Viper. That is the only multiplier that still has any of those remaining. You guys crushed all the other ones. If you want to get into any of them, the Viper ends tonight at midnight. It's done. So if you want to get in on it and get the best shot with the most amount of entries, link is in the description down below, tk'sgarage.bigcartel.com. So what is up, guys? Welcome on back to TK's Garage. I want to thank everybody for giving me awesome birthday shout outs and all that stuff for yesterday. I truly appreciate you guys. It was an awesome day. I got to hang around with some good people, and I actually got a crazy offer on the phone this morning, and there's going to be some major news coming out. If you don't think where this channel is already going, I get a chance to do something I think that is super freaking cool, man. So stay tuned for that. But in today's video, what I know you guys are here for is demon truck news. Now, the images and stuff that, we put together, and I've seen a lot of people complaining. They're like, TK, it's not like the render stuff you do in the past. You're not using Photoshop. Why are you? If I can do a story, or if we're doing a video and I'm talking about something, and I can use Gemini and use the aspects of everything that I need and tell Gemini what I need, or Grok, or whatever other AI client I want to use, and it can generate that for me and it looks like how I would do it in Photoshop, that's what I'm going to do. So for those that have complained about that, sorry. And I've also heard people complaining. They're like, oh, I got banned on Facebook, whatever. Well, putting in words like AI gay, or all kinds of other stuff like that with AI, yeah, that's not me. That's just Facebook. You should know I'm not automatically Meta doesn't tolerate that shit. So sorry. But earlier, or maybe it was towards the end of last week, we published some stuff, and there was like a logo and some other stuff that got leaked or came out that I showed you guys, and it was like a bee with the horns, right? And so again, I used the same client, and I put that in there, and I asked the system to clean it up, and it's going to look like this. Just realized my hands are still kind of dirty from working on the car today. Ugh. Anyways, let's take a look at this image, though. So as you can see here, it's much clearer. It's a little off because I don't see the tail actually connected to the bee. Maybe that's on purpose. But you can clearly see the bee with horns. I'm wondering, and I don't know if this is the marketing strategy or what Ram is going to do. It wouldn't surprise me if the SRT division was leaning all the way into bees. We've heard about the Killer Bee coming from the Dakota, that SRT version. Wouldn't surprise me if the Charger comes out with a Super Bee. Wouldn't shock me at all. There's quite a few different things that could happen in that arena. So it wouldn't, like I said, it wouldn't shock me if that's how that rolls. But outside of that, and this is just a recap for you guys that haven't seen some of the other stuff, we also got an image of an engine with a very distinct color on the lid, for the supercharger, which I'll show you here. Here you can see the yellow lid or whatever on this supercharger. And what's interesting about this is I've seen all of the talk, right? And the Demon 170 was able to reach that insane amount of horsepower number by being E85, right? Or corn-fed. And I get if the lid is yellow that you might think E85 or corn-fed, right? I could understand that. That would be logical in a guess. But from what I'm being told, no. That even though this, you remember the Rumblebee, and Tim said this in the presentation. Now maybe this is different for this truck, and maybe that I'm also hearing that maybe this truck doesn't hit an insane speed number like the Rumblebee would do. It might be more drag strip focused, like the Demon 170. More on that in a different video. But this, in terms of being corn-fed, I'm being told that no, that the truck is still supposed to obtain its practicality. Now, I know you're going to say drag radial all-wheel drive. You got drag tires on all four tires, all-wheel drive power. That's not practical. No, it's not. But it's evidently supposed to be a vehicle that you can still daily drive every day. And I think that's what makes it different. Can you daily drive a Demon 170? Sure. I know people that drive theirs all the time. Is it practical? That's a whole nother matter. This would be the spousal excuse, as Tim is calling it. I think that's great marketing. Hey, yes, baby, this truck is going to be $145,000 or $140,000, whatever it's going to be, right? And I'm guessing it's going to be somewhere between $135,000 and $150,000 MSRP. But you can put the kids in it. You can take them to school. You can go get groceries. You can put plywood in the back. I don't know why you would do that, but you could. And you can still go to the track on Friday and Saturday nights or Sunday morning and go out there and probably still run 10s or 9s in that truck. That's what the purpose of it is. And I think the people want, look, I understand, and I'm already going to see the comments, it's going to be another $150,000. Nobody can afford that shit. No shit. You have to have vehicles in your lineup that you aspire to get to. That used to be the Viper, right? Those ACRs now are fucking going for $700,000, $800,000, $900,000, okay? And you can't buy them anymore. There's none available. I haven't seen them sell any last year, like the year before or whatever. I guess they had a few left in inventory. They're not, you can't get them, all right? You have to buy them in the secondary market. And Dodge, or Stellantis as a whole, FCA, they need those halo vehicles. And that's why I think you're going to get a Demon that comes back in the Charger or whatever they're going to call that damn thing. I think you are going to get a Super B. You know, are they going to put a nose on it and do all that other shit? No, but it's going to have a massive wang. I can tell you that for sure. And it wouldn't surprise me if this Demon truck has a little bit more of a wang on the back of it than the Rumblebee. So I think that this is not fan ether or, fairy dust, but something that you're going to actively see as an announcement or a vehicle at some point next year. And it wouldn't surprise me if they debut that son of a bitch at Roadkill Nights or announce it at Roadkill Nights. I think it's going to get announced probably by the end of Q1 or maybe in the first month of Q2. That's why it wouldn't surprise me if they did that announcement and then you saw it at Roadkill Nights next year. But I think, I honestly think that you're going to see the SRT division do what they didn't do in the first run. And that's why this truck is going to exist. And I don't think, Tim was very clear that they had those 4, but they might not be done, right? It would not surprise me to see a Demon truck and maybe something else, maybe another sports, related truck. Because right now, the Rumblebee is 777 horsepower. Remember when the Hellcat came out? What was it, 707 or 717 or whatever it was, 707? It wouldn't surprise me to see a red eye edition or a whatever they're going to call it edition of that. And it also wouldn't surprise me for me to see platform names that are basically dead right now get reused, like the Daytona, because everybody knows that car ain't shit and ain't selling for shit in terms of the EV, and the Hornet, right? The Hornet just got obliterated with that piece of shit Alpha that they wrapped it around. I think you're going to see those names used again in much better, doper SRT products. So stay tuned for that. But in terms of the Demon truck, outside of the price, outside of the, it's going to be too much money, I don't care. This is not like your regular Ram truck where I will agree with you that we don't need a $65,000 regular Hemi pickup truck. I 100% agree with you. But when we're getting into, top tier performance, SRT, Demon badging, you're going to pay for that. Period. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Give the video a big thumbs up if you like what I do. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. And as always, stay petty, my friends.